Welcome in, Stalkers, and welcome back to another Stalker 2 video on the channel. As the November 20th release date for the game fast approaches, the hype and excitement for Stalker 2 grows even more. However, today I wanted to take some time to take a step back and reflect upon some of the news and information that we've learned since its announcement back in 2018. For those who might have missed it, and I strongly recommend that you do watch it, last week GSC Game World released their behind the scenes look at the development process and journey of the game with their hour-and-a-half long documentary Wargame: The Making of Stalker 2. After finally getting some spare time to sit down and watch it, it gave me such a profound sense of appreciation and respect for the studio, who have worked tirelessly through intense and stressful circumstances to release not only a game, but a love letter to the fans, and to those who have poured their hearts and souls into the game's development. For those who have watched it, I would love to know your thoughts in the comments, but to give you a bit of context, Ukrainian developers GSC Game World have been on quite a turbulent journey with the game's development. Announced back in 2018, Stalker 2, a sequel to the original trilogy, during the years of 2007 to 2009, have had to face several roadblocks in getting the game across the line for release. Facing a global pandemic which hampered the release for a potential 2021 window, the studio were then faced with looming threats of the eventual Russian invasion in February of 2022, which resulted in the majority of the studio having to uproot their lives, careers, and families and flee the country. This inevitably pushed the release of Stalker 2 out to 2023, but then with a further delay to what was officially announced during the studio's deep dive documentary as November 20th of this year. Again, I highly encourage you to take some time to watch their Wargame documentary, as it not only highlights the struggle that the studios were faced with, but it illustrates the dedication and passion of an incredibly courageous and resilient team, who have been determined since day one to release a title that the fans will be proud of. Highlighted during my deep dive overview, and for those who are new to the Stalker franchise, the game will have you playing as the character Skiff, a stalker who ventures deep into the sinister environment of the Chernobyl exclusion zone, where you'll encounter different factions, mutated creatures and animals, which will come with their own unique abilities and traits, anomalies which can be hazardous, often deadly, and can corrode and distort physical objects around them, all of which can be encountered across 20 different regions. To give you a bit of an understanding and to illustrate how large the game will be, each region will come with their own residents and factions, and as stated by the developers, each of these regions could be their own full-sized game, so exploration during your playthrough will definitely be plentiful. However, one single playthrough won't be the exact same each time that you play through the game, and will be unique in its own way. As you venture through the main storyline of the game, the decisions that you make when encountering specific factions and characters will have an overall impact on how you forge your path through the exclusion zone, providing players with an opportunity to explore different storylines and characters that you might not have come across during your previous playthrough. And considering that the game will offer 20 different regions and storyline consequences, it'll be quite hard to find an issue with the game's replayability. Some will be happy to hear that there won't be any specific leveling up system or grind to unlock specific weapons and attachments for your arsenal. The developers have stated that by simply exploring the exclusion zone and as you progress through the story, this will be enough to provide players with the insight and understanding as you encounter different challenges and scenarios. As this is a survival game, you will need to rely on food and water to survive, and of course an array of aid and healing items to help you on your journey. However, it's important to note that your inventory management will be crucial, as you won't be able to carry everything that you see. Touching briefly on the story, and don't worry, I won't be providing any spoilers, but it's quite impressive to see the love and attention and detail going on behind the scenes to bring certain characters to life. As seen in their deep dive documentary, the team have worked with a host of actors in their own motion cap studio to provide the story with almost 3 hours worth of cutscenes, which gave the animators and directors an opportunity to constantly improve them. And not only that, we can also see the work that has gone into bringing certain locations to life, with the team taking real-world points of interest that have been meticulously reflected in the game. So it's kind of safe to say that on November 20th, both veterans and new fans of the franchise will definitely be in for a treat. Speaking of new fans, the studio has confirmed that Stalker 2 will release on Xbox Game Pass on November 20th, which in my own opinion from the get-go will introduce an entire new generation of Stalker fans to the series. Not only that, and if you're looking to go back and experience the previous titles, for console gamers, you can now download the entire Stalker trilogy on the Xbox Store, and coming on October 31st, Stalker Legends of the Zone featuring the trilogy will be coming to Nintendo Switch. So in my own opinion, it's exciting to see the series getting revitalized through these different avenues, and potentially bringing even more hype and excitement for the release of Stalker 2. That's not all though, as it has been confirmed that multiplayer will be coming to Stalker 2 shortly after its release, and in what form that will come in, either a PvP or PvE experience, hasn't been clarified yet, and for fans of the series, mod support will be available. Finally, it looks like Stalker 2 will be making an appearance at the Xbox Partner Preview tomorrow, October 17th, so hopefully we might get some more news coming out of that tomorrow. Definitely exciting times. However, that's everything for today. As I've mentioned before, I'm extremely excited to finally get my hands on the game on November 20th. And for our viewers here on the channel, I hope today's video has encouraged you to look into this title a little bit further, and I hope you enjoyed the topics that we discussed. If you'd like to join me on this journey as we approach the release for the game, and if you found today's video informative, consider giving the video a like, and consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos. To our channel members and subscribers, thank you for your continued support and helping the channel to grow. Until next time, stay safe out there in the exclusion zone, welcome to Vault 93, and I'll catch you all in the next video.